Every season carries a different energy with it. So the habits and the practices that you were focusing on in the winter might not actually be the best ones for this new spring season that we're in. Making intentional adjustments to your wellness routine not only helps you keep more balance, but it might actually be the key to helping you thrive. If you're new here, my name is Linda. I'm a board certified doctor of Chinese medicine and licensed acupuncturist, and I love helping people find more harmony in their lives using a holistic lens. Today, I want to share with you the 5 healthy habits that you should be focusing on this spring to help you thrive and not just survive. East Asian medical philosophy places a lot of emphasis in living in harmony with the world around us. And this is specifically with the purpose of creating and maintaining the most harmony and balance inside of ourselves. Imbalances within the body are seen as the primary cause of disease, and making intentional lifestyle shifts with each season helps us keep the most balance inside of our bodies. Spring is all about expansion and growth. It's a good time for planning, decision making, and goal setting. And spring is also all about the liver and the gallbladder. In Chinese medicine, every season has its primary set of organs that kind of rule and are the most involved with that particular season. And for spring, it's the liver and the gallbladder. So that surge in spring energy can cause a lot of feelings of restlessness and irritability, which are the primary emotions that are tied to the liver. This energy also has a tendency to rise in the body. So people are also experiencing more propensity to have like headaches or irritation in the eyes as a result of this. The liver also rules the tendons and the ligaments, so it's a little bit more common for us to see more muscle tension and spasms, especially in the neck and shoulders during this time of year. There's also this relationship between the liver and the gallbladder and the spleen and stomach, which are the organs of the summer months. So there's also a greater tendency for us to start experiencing certain digestive imbalances now that spring has officially set in. And if you're menstruating, chances are that you've already started to notice some menstrual irregularities during this time of year as well. And all of this is completely normal. It's part of the season. Each season brings with it certain imbalances that are just a little bit more common. But like I said earlier, there are certain things that we can be doing to make sure that our bodies are flowing with this spring energy a little bit better. The first way that we can do this is by focusing on nutrition. The liver and the gallbladder love green foods, and even better if they're a little bit sour. So leafy greens like kale, chard, mustard greens, dandelion greens, arugula. These are greens that are a little bit more pungent in flavor, a little bit more aromatic, and they are just something that the liver really loves and thrives on. Artichokes and asparagus are also 2 other vegetables that are really good for just maintaining that smooth flow of liver function. And bamboo shoots are also a great addition during this time of year. They taste really good fresh in salads and even better when you cook them into soups and stews for those chillier days. Number 2 is movement. Like I said earlier, the liver rules the tendons and the ligaments. So placing greater emphasis this time of year to make sure that your tendons and your ligaments stay like nice and loose, juicy, limber, that's going to really help keep those muscle spasms at bay. Personally, for me, this looks like upping my yoga practice and being a little bit more mindful of making sure that I stay consistent on my stretching and mobility after weightlifting. This is especially important after the long winter months, whose energy is just allows for a greater tendency for contraction and stiffening up. So now that it's getting a little bit warmer, it's getting a little bit sunnier, this is a really great time for you to start focusing on regaining some of that flexibility that kind of was pushed aside when we kind of just wanted to stay cuddled up for the winter months. Yoga is also going to help relieve some of those muscle tensions and spasms that are most common during this time of year. It's really, really great for low back pain, really good for stretching out the neck and shoulders. Even though it might not seem like it at the time, especially if you are not a regular yoga practitioner, it's really, really good for just maintaining overall balance in the body. So highly recommend if that's not something that you're already doing, or if it is something that you have been doing already, just being a little bit more consistent with your yoga practice during this time of year would really, really help keep those muscle spasms and tension at bay. You can also use that surge of spring energy to your benefit. So this is a really great time of year to start incorporating more high energy exercises like HIIT, circuit training, plyometrics, running, all of those really like fast, energetic type movements. this is a good time of year to start incorporating those in. Your liver will love to kind of just expend that extra energy that is building up inside in a different way. But don't forget the tendency to have muscle spasms and a little bit more inflammation in your body during this time of year. So making sure to properly warm up, having some good mobility, sandwiching that workout in between that mobility, the warm-ups, and a really nice stretch and cool down at the end will help keep your muscles and your tendons nice and healthy as you move through the season. Number 3, medicinally, food is medicine. So making sure to incorporate all of those foods that I talked about earlier in the video will really help keep your organ systems functioning optimally during this time of year. But also herbs. Herbs are a great addition to foods, and if you're strategic, they can be very beneficial to the liver as well. Basil, fennel, dill, rosemary, those are all really great herbs that are just going to add a lot of flavor to your food and are also going to help keep the liver and the gallbladder really balanced during this time of year. Nettle tea, I don't know how I just discovered this barely for the first time last year, but it was kind of like a last-ditch effort at helping me manage my horrible allergy symptoms that I was having. But it is such a powerful addition to your herbal medicine routine during this time of year. It has natural antihistamines in it, so it is going to help with those allergy symptoms. We are in spring, pollen is in the air, so chances are you've already started to experience a little bit of that congestion, the stuffiness, the headaches, probably the brain fog and the fatigue. Nettle tea is going to be a great addition during this time of year. It's actually really tasty too. And I've been hearing that it's also good to eat fresh. So that's probably something that I'll check out and see if I like it this year. But you can go out and harvest some fresh nettle and saute it with all of your other vegetables. I've heard that it tastes really good sauteed in butter and with eggs too. So that's another option if you are interested in trying nettle. Another great tea that you can have during this time of year is goji berry and chrysanthemum tea. This is going to be really good for those headaches that are a little bit more common during this time of year. It's also going to help with any irritation in the eyes. You can use chrysanthemum tea as a compress for red and irritated eyes, and it's actually really good for styes as well. Fun fact, the sensing organ of the liver is the eyes, so there's just more propensity to have eye stuff happening to you this time of year as well. 4 is to really focus on your lifestyle. And with this, I'm specifically talking about sleep. Western medicine has categorized waking up at that 3 a.m. time as being related to a cortisol imbalance, which is very true. But in Chinese medicine, that 1 to 3 a.m. time frame is related to the liver. So as practitioners, when someone comes in complaining of sleep issues and they mention that they wake up every single night between 1 and 3 a.m., we know that there's something out of balance with that specific organ system. So making sure that you are consistent with your sleep times and your wake times during this time of year is going to really keep your liver a little bit happier. Having really great sleep hygiene, allowing enough time for your body to properly wind down for sleep is also something that's going to really help promote restful sleep throughout the night. In general, stress management is super important. The emotions of the liver are anger and irritation, irritability, restlessness, all of that stuff that I mentioned earlier is more commonly seen during this time of year. So having like a good stress management techniques is super important, especially as it relates to sleep. I love to recommend a nice like bedtime yoga flow. This is going to keep your tendons and your ligaments happy, and it's going to kind of just help wind down the nervous system and help you have a better night's rest. And number 5, this one is kind of a little bit off the beaten path, but I just love using the energy of each season to kind of dial in and redirect the inner work a little bit more intentionally. So for the liver, springtime specifically, like I said, this is a really great time of year for you to get really clear on goal setting, on planning, and on executing anything that you might have had in your back pocket over winter as you're moving forward through the rest of this year. The liver is the planner of the body. In some texts, the liver is referred to as the architect. It's responsible for envisioning, for planning, for goal setting. The liver is paired with the gallbladder, which is responsible for courage, making decisions, and taking action. So with those things in mind, you can see that interrelation between the two and how they do really work together to help launch you into the spring's new energy. This is literally the best time of year for planning and creating and decision making. So if you've had some idea lingering in the back of your mind or something that you've kind of been mulling over since winter, you're kind of thinking if it's the right time or not, if you are holding yourself back for whatever reason, this is the time of year to just go for it. Don't have any expectations, just kind of allow yourself to move forward into that energy, just kind of going for something that you've been wanting to go for, but maybe have been holding yourself back for whatever reason. Just do it. This is the best time of year for it, and just allow things to unfold naturally as they will. So there you have it. These are the 5 healthy habits that you should be incorporating this time of year based on traditional Chinese medicine. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video.